All right, so welcome to the Monday evening yoga class. We're going to start with a practice tonight. We're going to do another meditation at the end of the class. I'm trying to kind of incorporate more meditation as we transition into fall because it's a time where, we do two cleanses in Ayurveda. We do a spring cleanse and we do a fall cleanse, but the fall cleanse really has a slightly different purpose than the spring cleanse. Spring cleanse is to help remove accumulation from winter, which happens, and also blockage and stagnation. In the fall, what we're doing is we're transitioning from warm weather into cool weather. And what can happen is it creates a real big imbalance in the body. We are very much affected by the environment because we're made up of the element. So what happens is people get run down and then they get stressed. It stresses the system and then they can get sick. So we do a fall cleanse with the purpose of, yes, clearing the channels, removing toxins, but rejuvenating the system so that your immune system is nice and strong. And by the way, there's a really interesting professor out there that does talks on the brain and the nervous system and emotions. I'm going to email it out to you guys because she was great, or maybe I'll post her video. She did an interview with Russell Brand and very fascinating, talking about how tied in to the nervous system we are, even just the stress. So, oops, it says internet connection is unstable. I don't know what to do about that. So anyway, let's get started with the practice, and we will be doing a meditation and a long shavasana. Okay. So we're going to start out in a crawling position. And I'm really trying to focus on having nice, strong core for our practices right now, because that helps us feel stable. So we're going to work with core strength and then move into a nice flow, get through all of the major standing postures and go from there. So coming into a crawling position, drop your belly and then look up. And then round. And then drop the belly and look up. And then round. And drop the belly, look up, and round. And one more, drop the belly, look up, and then round. And from here, we're going to press back into down dog and walk out our heels. Walk them out. And then draw both heels down. Press down into those heels. Spread your toes. Draw your navel in. Get hollow in your belly. Stay nice and strong in your down dog. Straighten those arms. Good. And then from there, we're going to actually pick up the right leg, step forward, and drop the knee and hold. Good. Start to slowly open up the hip and then step back, down dog. And then pick up the left foot, step it forward, drop the knee, and again, hold. So we're going to be adding some core strength into what we're doing here. And then stepping back into down dog. Again, we pick up the right leg and step forward. Drop the knee, hold. See if you can shift your hips a little bit further forward. And then from there, step back into plank. And we're holding plank. Now, if you need to modify, drop to your knees, no problem. Otherwise, you're holding plank, press back through your heels. Draw the navel in, super strong. And then lower with control, modify to the knees if you need to. Come up, Bhujanasana, and then press back. Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Again, get hollow in your belly. And then picking up the left leg and stepping forward, dropping the knee, shifting your hips forward for that lunge. Good. And then stepping again back into plank. Hold it. Hold plank. Nice and strong, steady, sturdy. Modify to the knees if you need to. Otherwise, shift forward on the toes and lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Good. And we're going to press back. Curl your toes under. Pick up the right hand. Reach. Lift. Go back. Open up. Then the left hand goes to the ground and the right hand goes under. Reach. And then open up. Come back again. Reach. Open. And then that left hand comes back down. Right hand then comes under again. So it's a rotation. And then come up. Reach. Open, last one. Drop down. And then the arm goes under. Hold it there. Press into that left hand and even out your hips. Open up that back body. And then releasing out of that. Press back into down dog. Picking up the left leg and stepping forward. Drop the knee. Hold it in a lunge. Good, and then stepping back into plank and holding plank. Nice and strong, steady, building core strength. Draw back through your heels. And then slowly lowering with control, shift forward onto the toes, modify to the knees if you need to. Lift up Bhujanasana. Good. And then we press back. Now this time we press back and the left arm comes up and we reach back behind us, Ustrasana. And then the right hand comes down onto the ground and the left hand reaches under. And then come back up. Left arm reaches back behind you. Reach. I'm losing my mic. And then release. Right hand down. Left hand goes through. Good, and come back up. One more time. Reach. Ustrasana, variation. And then lower. And then that left arm goes under and we hold it. Push into the right hand and even out your hips. Good, and then coming back up into down dog. Shifting back. So we're going to pick up the right leg. Step forward for warrior one. Drop your back heel and come up. Reach. Good. Warrior one. Bend the knee. Drop that back heel. Look up. Draw the navel in. And then the arms are going to go out to the side and you're going to lower. Touch the ground. Come back up. Reach. And then arms go back out to the side. Touch the ground.
Come back up, reach. One more time. Down, touch the ground. Come back up, reach. And now when we touch the ground, we're going to keep the left hand on the ground and just lift the right arm. So you turn the torso towards the front leg. So that left hand is on the ground. The right hand is reaching in the air, and you can use a block, of course. Then swinging the arm around, drop the back knee and shift forward into that half lunge. See if you can come up a little bit higher, resting on top of the thigh. And then from there, we're going to step back into plank. Holding plank. Nice and strong. Shifting forward onto the toes and lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Good, and take it back. Good, and we're going to curl the toes under. We're going back into that Ustrasana. Reach, go back, open. And then the arm comes down. Right hand reaches under. We're just going to do 2 of these. And then come back up. Reach, Ustrasana again. And then the arm comes back down, right arm reaches through. And we pause there for a couple breaths. And again, you press into the left hand and even out your hips. Good, and then slowly coming back up into down dog. Picking up the left leg, and we step forward for warrior 1. Drop your back heel and reach up. Good. Lift your heart, look up. Good, and the arms go down to the side. You drop down, come back up, reach, up, then drop down, come back up and reach. And one more, down, come back up, reach. And then take it down. And we hold it here, right hand on the ground, and then open up with the left arm, rotating. Swing the arm around, dropping your back knee, shifting your hips forward. And see if you can come up a little bit higher, resting the arms on the thigh. Good, and then hands to the ground. Again, we step back into plank and hold. Drop back through your heels. And then shifting forward onto the toes, lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Curl your toes under. And again, we reach back. Left hand goes back, and you're going into that variation of Ustrasana, camel pose. And then the right hand comes down and the left hand goes through. Come back up and reach. Left hand back behind you. Up. And then down. And the left hand goes through. Now you're going to push into the right hand. Push and even out your hips. And then slowly, slowly coming out of that, going back into down dog. Picking up the right leg. And now we step forward for warrior two. Reach, drop your back heel, open. Go low, looking down that middle right finger. And then reaching up. And then dropping down, Parshvottanasana. It's a little bit of a flow. Reach back up, warrior four, and drop back down. And then reaching up. And dropping down and holding. So you can either hold here with the arm on the thigh, or you can drop to the inside. Reach. Then swing the arm around. Then we're going to hold it here and keep rotating the torso towards the front leg. Reach back. So you're reaching back. So the arm that's behind you, turn the thumb, drop it down, and see if you can keep leaning back and look up. And then releasing from that. Now the back leg is going to step in, drop the back heel, straighten the front leg, drop your head and hold it. So we're going to do a little bit of a breath. 4 count inhale, lifting up. 4 count exhale. So you're going to inhale, lift up. And then exhale down. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. Now, if you're having an issue with balance, just separate your feet a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And we hold it here. Keep the left hand on the big toe side of the foot using a block, or the hands on the ground, and then we open up and turn the torso towards the front leg. So if you do want to use a block, it's just nice because it gives you a little bit more space in your back. So it lifts you up. And when it does, when it lifts you up, it allows you to, it's easier to rotate. The arm goes a little bit closer to the head, you guys, not back down towards the body, up towards the head. Straighten those legs. Swing the arm around, step back into plank, and then we lower. Lift up your feet, reach back, grab your heels, press, flex your feet, lift up. Downward facing bow. And then we release, pressing up into cobra. And then back into extended prayer. Now in extended prayer, we're going to walk the hands. So the left hand walks over the right. Then you pull the right hand out. And then it goes over the right again. Then you reach with the left hand, then the right hand goes over. Left hand reaches, right hand goes over. Pull it out, then left hand over right, reach. You're just going side to side, and then right hand over left. Good, and then hold it in the center, reach, and then lift up on the fingertips, drop the forehead down. Good, and then coming back up into down dog. Lift up. Holding down dog, even out your breath. And then picking up the left leg. And stepping forward, warrior two. Drop your back heel and come up. Good. Drop down, and then we open. Good. Looking down that middle left finger. And then from there, turning the hand, you're going to reach up into warrior four, and then drop down into Parsvakonasana. And then reach back up into warrior four, and then down. And reach. And down, one more. And reach. And down we hold Parsvakonasana. So you can hold it here, you can drop the hand to the ground or onto a block. That hand goes to the big toe side of the foot. And then swinging that right arm around, lift, drop the knee, and you're going to keep rotating the torso towards the front leg. Reach out with the hand. Turn the thumb down and take it back behind you, and then open up the chest. You're literally leaning back and looking up. Lean back, open up. Take that shoulder, that upper shoulder, way back. And then releasing out of that, pulling the back leg in. So you lift up, pull it in, drop your heel. Good. We hold it here, straighten the leg. So we're going to go back into that flow, connecting it with breath. Inhale 4 counts, exhale 4 counts. So inhale, come up 4 counts. Exhale down. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. And down. 1 more. Inhale up. And down. And then we're going to hold it here. And again, if you want to use a block, you can. And your block goes on the big toe side of the foot. Right hand's pressing into the ground. Rotate your torso and lift. So watch your arm that's in the air. Take it up a little bit higher and reach it a little bit more towards the head. Good. Swing the arm around and stepping back into down dog. shifting forward into plank and then lower all the way down. Same thing, we're gonna lift up our heels, grab the feet, flex the feet, lift. And then release, pressing up into Bhujanasana. And then we go back into extended prayer. And then we're just going to walk the hands to the right side and hold them there. Turn your head. Open up. So you're going to reach a little further with the left hand. And then walking the hands to the other side and walking a little further out with the right hand. And then holding it in the center for child's pose. Rest. Hold it there. So your arms could then go by your side for child's pose. All right. So then we're going to come up into a seated position. So come on up. And we're going to work a little bit with some balancing stuff, but also some opening up, a little bit of arm balance stuff and big stretch. So I'm going to just rotate here so you guys can see. One leg is going to be pulled in and the other one is up. Okay. So one leg's up, the other leg's pulled in. And you're just going to drop your arm under. Good. And then lift that leg. And just kind of extend the leg. Marvy, go. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Okay. So you're extending the leg. Good, and then drop it down and then pull the foot in. So grab the foot down with the opposite hand and pull it in. Good. And then we're going to take the arm under again. So you're going to drop it under again, and you're just going to take that leg right over the shoulder and drop the foot down. Then that same leg that's in the air, same hand, the hand goes on the ground, and I'm grabbing now my toe with the other hand and lengthening up. Okay. Just being very gradual here. Just take your time. So you're grabbing that big toe. And then releasing it down. Now your left hand stays on the ground. Good. Now your other hand, right hand, comes on the ground. Your foot that's on the floor comes out and goes on top of the other foot. And then we're going to connect the feet to the ground, both feet on the ground, and then just see if you can lift up your butt. Lift up your butt. Now, if you're able to lift up your butt, lift, then you squeeze your legs together. Squeeze. And then drop down into an arm balance. Come back up. Good. Got it, Caitlin. Good. I think Patty's kind of got it too. Can't tell. All right, good. Now, if that's not working for you, no big deal. You just release, and then we pick up that leg again and pull it back in. This time, see if you can bring it into the crease there at your elbow. Just hug that leg in. Keep lifting the foot up. Lifting the foot up. All right, and then we take the leg, 2 fingers again around the big toe. And this time, take it right out to the side. And then lower that leg, lower it, and then open up. And then lift. And now we're turning the torso towards that leg. And then drop the torso down. So you literally want the torso going right above the thigh. Try not to have a lot of rotation. So I mean this kind of rotation where you're opening up the chest. You do have tremendous rotation actually because you're rotating your torso to the back, right? So that's going to get those obliques. All right, good. Then we lift up and pulling the other foot in. And then I'm going to grab that leg and just extend it. No big deal here. Pull it in, grab the foot, pull it in. Just keep pulling it in towards you. Lift your chest. Good. And then we're going to lift that foot. Now take that right arm under. So take the shoulder under. So you're literally taking that leg over the shoulder. The foot drops down. The other hand, that right hand, now goes on the ground. 2 fingers on the left hand, grab the big toe. And you're going through the top of the foot between the big toe and the second toe. And then start to lift. Straighten that leg. I'm not as flexible on this side. Which is weird because I pulled my hamstring on the other side. Good, and then drop down. And now that other foot comes up and goes on top of that right foot. And then you drop your feet down. Both hands are on the ground. And then lift up your butt with your feet on the ground. Now, if you can lift your butt, then you squeeze those legs together, take them to the side, drop down, come back up. Squeeze the legs together. That's the key. All right, and then from there, you release back out of it. Grab that foot, pull it in, take it right into the inner elbow. Keep lifting the foot up. Keep lifting your chest. Good, and then 2 fingers gonna go around that big toe again. And then we open up to the side. Reach. And then lower that leg all the way down. And then lifting up, turning the torso towards the extended leg. And then reach. All right, and then lifting up. And the feet are going to come up and go wide. Feet are up and wide. Hook your arms under, and they keep going under. Flat hands on the ground. So palm of the hand on the ground. And then you definitely might want a block because that can support your head. Okay? And then you just start walking the hands and walking the legs out, and the head goes down. So if you're a little more flexible, then you could drop lower. And if you're even more flexible, you could drop even lower. And maybe eventually your head goes to the ground. Okay, so this is tortoise. So Patty, are you able to go wide with your legs? Are you able to like straddle out to the side? They're really more wide. It's almost like a straddle. It's just your arms are under. There you go. I can't, you got it. I know you have issues with your hips, so just do your best. Yeah, that's better. Now you're actually lower. And I think you could drop your block a little lower too. See, you're way flexible. Awesome. Okay. Somehow my camera keeps getting fuzzy. Stuff keeps getting on it. And I know it's not my dog. She causes other problems. Okay, good. And then from there, we release. And drawing the legs in, you're going to hug the legs and rotate to the right. And then straighten out those legs and release forward. Drop your head. And then coming back up. So you draw your legs in again and hug your legs and rotate to the other side. And then straightening out those legs again and dropping forward. Drop the head. Making sure that we have a really nice cool down for our practice today, because that's going to support sleep. And also it helps counteract our really, really windy, cold day. It's really windy right now. Whenever there's wind, wind disturbs vata. It disturbs the vayus. So the air and the ether elements get disrupted. And when they're disrupted, it makes us feel kind of chaotic and scattered. So we can use our yoga practice as a way of grounding and calming the body. It's important. Good, and then lifting up. All right, we're taking it onto our back. And we are going to do bridge after all that forward folding. So we're going to come back and push up into bridge. Find your heels, push up. Now keep your knees close together. If you have a block, take your block in between your knees. That just keeps your knees tracked in line with the front of the hip bone, because I don't want you to let your knees splay out. Holding it there, keep pushing into your feet. Lift up a little bit higher. Good, and then we lower, and we're going into shoulder stance, so you might want to block again. So you lift, take your block right underneath you just to help supported shoulder stand. So I'm actually just getting my hips up above my chest, my heart, and I can hold my shoulder stand here. So it's a supported shoulder stand, or you can go a little further and take your hands at the low back, drop your pelvis into your hands. That's another variation. Now make sure your feet are right above the eyes. And if you want to go into full shoulder stand, then your hands move towards the upper chest, the upper back, and then you move your legs back so that you line up ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. And then we're going to drop those legs down and go right into plow. Release your arms. Now, if you cannot get your toes to the ground, then bend your knees, drop the knees down by the ears. All right, and then slowly coming out of that, open up your arms to the side, take your legs to one side, and rest there a moment. And then your legs come up and go to the other side and extend your right arm. Good, and then from there, we're slowly coming out of that. Push back up into a bridge just to resettle the pelvis. And then release out of it and set yourself up for Shavasana. So we are doing a Shavasana. And then when we come out of Shavasana, we will be doing a meditation. Not a super long one, but that's what the plan is. So Shavasana, make sure that you get yourself warm. So cover yourself up. It's cold, unless your house is like super warm. I don't keep my house really hot. I keep it fairly cool. All right. Okay. All right. And then support your legs, cover yourself up, and definitely cover up your eyes. Because you know, our eyes are the most overused sense that we have. So covering your eyes helps to calm and pacify not only just that sense, but also the fire element. So you help the eyes calm down. And then move the body into stillness. Make sure your arms are at your side, palms up. That's a receiving position. Completely still in the body. Slow down the breath. Let the breath be subtle. And then notice the mind beginning to unwind. And it will continue to do that. Okay, and begin to deepen your breath. And add some movement to your fingers and your toes. Gently roll to your right side. Just rest there for a moment. Take your time. Want to let the body be relaxed. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So we're going to open up the hands on the thighs, connect the pointer finger and thumb. Make sure that you are sitting comfortably. And if you cannot sit comfortably on the floor, then get yourself into a chair. We're going to do a short meditation. It's only about 7 minutes. Okay, so closing your eyes, letting your body come into relaxation. So do a little body scan starting at the top of the head. Begin to relax all sides of the head, all of your facial features. You're scanning down through the body, relaxing the neck, the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingers. Softening through the chest and upper back, and the mid back and diaphragm, mid torso. Softening the belly and the lower back. And feeling that whole torso relaxed. The breath is easy. Softening through your pelvis, down into the legs, knees, lower legs, feet, and toes. Connecting with your body as a whole, so feeling your skin around you and soften, relax. Feel your skin softening about 10 or 15% more. All right, and then we're going to be doing a little bit with the breath. We're going to do a box breath. It's basically what we call a one-to-one breath, but we're adding that 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale, also to the spaces between the breath. We will begin with a 4-count inhale. So you're counting 4 counts on your inhale, 4 counts on your exhale. Begin there. Now, once that feels comfortable, then you want to start adding space. So I would recommend that you do a 2-count between the inhale and exhale in that space between the breath, and 2-count between the exhale and the inhale. So be very gradual. With pranayama, you're never forcing, ever, ever, ever. So you're doing a 4-count inhale, 2-count pause, 4-count exhale, 2-count pause. And then once that begins to feel comfortable, then you go 4-count inhale, 4-count pause, 4-count exhale, 4-count pause. And keep working with that until it's smooth. 4-count inhale, 4-count in the space between the breath, 4-count exhale, and again, 4 counts after that exhale in that space. feel like you need to take a breath, like you're not getting enough oxygen, then go back to just a 2 count between the breaths. Continue with that box breath. 4 count inhale, 4 count space, 4 count exhale, 4 count space. Smooth it out. Good. And then just release the breath. Allow your breath to move into what's natural for you right now. Let it go. Surrender to this space, to this moment, to your natural rhythm of breathing. Quiet and subtle. Good. And then from there, bringing your hands together and connecting your thumbs to your heart. Just take a couple breaths here. And may you have a peaceful, restful sleep. And also may you have an evening that is pleasurable and easy. Namaste. Good job, you guys.